Welcome to Exercise 5, Images. Remember, use JPEG, GIF, or PNG graphics files for the web. Size your images in an image editor rather than using HTML attributes. Use your image software to compress image files to the proper size. I'm opening this file in Photoshop. You can use other image editors if you wish. There's free ones online. Notice this is a big wave, and that guy above me is ducking underneath of it. I'm choosing the Save for the Web option under the File menu. That opens up the image in a special environment just dedicated for optimizing your web files. Easy for you to say. I can change the size here. That's going to be a little bit easier to work with. And since it's a photograph, choose JPEG for my compression type. In 2-up view, I can see how big the file was and how big it's going to be after I shrink it. A considerable difference. You can change the quality of the file using the slider, and it may or may not make a difference. If we view it quite enlarged, you can see how there's getting some artifacts. And I can lower the amount of artifacts, but raise the file size correspondingly. Once we view it back at normal size, the regular 30% will work very well. All right, title of the image. I'm going to save it with my web files. And I'll make a new folder called Images for them. You don't have to. It's just a choice I've made. Now I'm going to crop in and get a little bit closer view of this wave that I'm writing. Excuse me. And this is all stuff you can do in Photoshop. It's kind of fun. And since I have a lot of pixels to work with, I can throw away pixels in the end and still have a good-looking web image. That's one of the beauties of the web, and also one of the downsides is sometimes high resolution isn't that high on the web. Save for the web again. Let's pick a nice width. There's the image. Look at all those water droplets. Not too big of a file size. And I'll save it, along with my other file. So we're done with Photoshop. Let's add the image tag to our document to put our image into our web file. Now the image has several attributes in it. The source is the path to the image file. Height and width are image dimensions in pixels, and alt is alternative text or a short text description of the image. You need all 4 of those to really have a good image workup. Now let's find the path to my image. Notice I put my images in an image folder. There's the name of the file. Sometimes I'll highlight the name and copy it so I can paste it in place. So images folder, and paste that file name in place. Let's put in the alt or alternative text. And this appears to non-visual browsers as well as people who have images turned off on their web browsing. Save it, and let's see what happens when we refresh the page or reload the page. And there's my image. Good. I'm going to add a style attribute and have my image float to the left. That way the text is going to wrap around the right side of it. Let's see. Good. Text is wrapping, but it's kind of close. I need to add some more room using a margin attribute. So margin right. We'll try 10 pixels and margin bottom 10 pixels as well. A little bit of breathing room. Let's change them to 30 pixels. I think that might work out. Save it again and reload the page. Much nicer look. Notice how the text flows automatically as it wraps around the image. We need the height and width attributes of the image. Right-click, View Image Info, and notice the dimensions are listed for you, at least in Firefox. If you view the image itself, in the title bar you'll notice also the image or pixel dimensions. Let's put them in place. Save the file and refresh the page. Oops! This is a common mistake. I've transposed my numbers. We'll swap them back out. And let's look at it now. There we go. Let's add that second image in, and I'll put it in this paragraph instead of just sitting by itself. Since the image is an inline element by default, it can live inside of paragraphs along with text or whatever else you'd like and be treated as such. So we've got the source, height, width, and alts attributes to fill out. I remember those from the other image, so it's pretty easy to add this in. Notice no spaces in your file names, and I kept it simple for myself by using all lowercase. Good. The file's there. I know my path is right. Let's fill in the other attributes. Alt. And then height and width. Since my first image is floated, notice how the second image will wrap around it just like text. We'll fix that in just a second. I'm going to move the image tag or image tag in the file to different places and see how it looks when it shows up differently. Let's put it up right above the H1 tag and see how it looks, confining the H1 tag itself. There we go. Save it and refresh. A little short on the headline. I think I'll put it down below right in front of that first paragraph. Notice the order in which things come are very important. Save it, refresh. There. Let's see how that other image looks now after we've made these adjustments. I'm going to style the paragraph and tell everything in the paragraph to text align center. This is one of the few places you get to use the center command in style sheets. One of my pet peeves. All right. Now notice the text and the image are both center aligned inside of this little paragraph. It makes a nice little placeholder for both. Clear both will make sure they do not wrap around next to that big image anymore. Let's see, a couple of errors. Oh, the validator doesn't like the use of the ampersand in that extra text that I added from hipsum.co. All right, let's find them and substitute the ASCII escape character ampersand amp semicolon. Two places. Let's fix both those. The validator can be a little picky, but that's okay. Let's see now, and it looks good. All right. Let's add a link back to the index page. I'll copy the one on exercise 4 and paste it into exercise 5. Save myself some time. I know the link will work. And then on my index page, I'll add a link into this exercise 5 page. That way everyone can find it. Real fun. Once we make sure these links work here on the desktop, we'll upload them with FileZilla. Once we've uploaded them, as usual, always double check those links, make sure everything shows up. That's part of your troubleshooting protocol. Will save you trouble in the long run. So let's make sure I fill out the right attributes or the attribute values in my link tag. The name of the file, okay, and a title. Reload. There we have it. They work? Good. FileZilla to the rescue. Connect into my web space. Make sure I'm in my public_HTML folder. Remember, I changed my added exercise 5 and changed my index file. I'll upload both of them. And yes, we can overwrite them. Let's go to my web address on Webhawks. /tilde, my web name, and there it is. All right. Hey, where's my images? I can see the alt text, but I don't see the images. Let's look at FileZilla for a second. This is another common mistake. You forget to upload your images. All right, so there goes my folder and my images both. Let's recheck it again. Good. Images in place. Validate all pages. And make sure you validate yours. Have fun.